I'm a pickle. I'm Pickle Rick. I'm Pickle Randy. Uh-huh. I'm green with envy. I'm very spicy. I'm a dilettante. There you go. Told you I'd do something. Here I am. I'm a pickle. Um, so today was interesting. I was down at the building and I cut out, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 sinks. Cut the plumbing, 4 sinks. The stove's gone. The deep fryer's gone. All the tables in the kitchen are gone. I'll post some pictures. It was just kind of a weird day. But yes, lots of stuff gone. And somebody bought the person who bought the dividers in the bathrooms, they're ready to go. You just got to come and tell me how you want them taken apart. I got them removed from the walls and ready to cut them on the floor since they're going to have to cut out. I didn't want to just smash them. So happy Halloween. Hope everyone had a great Friday. The weather was crappy, but it's all right. Because it's Halloween, right? We get to be silly just for a moment. So I'm a pickle. All right, remember, there's no particular order to historical events. They're just going to jump around. Births, deaths, all that stuff. And all this happened on Halloween Day, on the 31st of October throughout the years. It's going to be a little bit briefer. I got up really early this morning. I have to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow to be down at the building to have people pick up stuff again. It's so fun. It's definitely a weird thing, not cathartic at all. So I don't recommend it. I don't recommend selling your life away. Selling your life away. That's the Beatles. Speaking of the Beatles, so today on this day, Ed Sullivan got to witness Beatlemania firsthand. He was in Heathrow Airport in London when the Beatles returned from their tour that just ended in Sweden. Hundreds and hundreds of screaming fans waited for them on the tarmac at the airport when they arrived. Sullivan, who had not really known the Beatles yet, was so impressed that he asked his producer person to say, hey, we should find out about these lads and get them on the show. So that is how Ed Sullivan found to get the Beatles to America on the Ed Sullivan Show, because he saw their Beatlemania insanity at Heathrow in London on October 31st, 1963. 1970, Jim Morrison is officially sentenced. Hola, Todd. I'm a pickle. Yes, I am a pickle. Thank you so much. I'm Pickle Randy, like Pickle Rick, but I'm Pickle Randy, Todd. I'm not in a pickle. I am a pickle. But I'm kind of in a pickle. Technically, I'm in a pickle. So 1970, Jim Morrison is officially sentenced to 6 months in jail, and he's fined $500. He's set free on a $50,000 bond. And remember, this stemmed from his obscenity charge and conviction then in Miami, Florida, when supposedly he whipped out his wang at a concert. Again, on appeal, he moved to Paris, France, and died later next year in the summertime. So he never spent time in jail. 1975 Irish singer Bob Geldof, songwriter extraordinaire, makes his first appearance with the band the Boomtown Rats. We got to meet Sir Bob Geldof. He came to the radio station once. There's a black and white photo of him around here somewhere. I remember that very distinctly because it was people were like, "Oh my God, it's Bob Geldof." I'm like, "Cool, great, Bob Geldof. That's awesome." He was very nice. He did have sex with one of our staff, who then went to the airport with him and went to Chicago with him and had more sex. It happens, right? I mean, it was rock and roll back then. 1993, rapper Tupac Shakur is charged with aggravated assault. I've truncated some of these because this is not going to be an hour night. Like I said, I'm tired. It's a long day, and I'm a pickle. So what the hell? All right, this one's going to be interesting. In 1994, the jam band Fish performed the Beatles' White Album as a musical costume during a show at the Glen Falls Civic Center in Glen Falls, New York. In 1995, Fish did that again. They did Quadrophenia by The Who at the Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont, Illinois. In 1996, Fish once again did a musical costume with Talking Heads, Remain in the Light at the Omni Coliseum in Atlanta, Georgia. And in 1998, Fish once again did the musical costume for the Velvet Underground Rock and Roll at the Thomas Mack Center, University of Nevada, Paradise, Nevada. That's fun, right? 2022, Taylor Swift is all top 10 on the Billboard chart. She's 10 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I even had to pick that out. I was like, okay, that's pretty impressive that you could be top 10. You're the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 song on the Billboard chart. That's kind of crazy. Happy Halloween. Wow. Okay. 2008, the Newport Music Hall. A band opens the show for the Smashing Pumpkins. They play Louie Louie, Hang on Sloopy, Monster Mash, Wipeout, the Krablin, and even Inagata-Devita. The crowd boos this band heavily. They're in costume. They open for the Smashing Pumpkins. The Smashing Pumpkins come out. They stand in the exact same spot, the exact same height as the band that played previously, not in costume. It was the Smashing Pumpkins. I was at that show, and I asked Billy Corrigan about it personally some years later. I said, hey, I was at the show at Newport Music Hall in Columbus on Halloween. Did you have fun? And he immediately lit up and said how much fun he had doing that. He loved that the crowd booed them when they were singing Louie Louie and Wipeout and Hang on Sloopy because they posed as a shitty country band, and they were all in costume. I believe he was a dinosaur, Billy Corrigan, dressed as a dinosaur. But yes, I remember that distinctly. It was a very fun show because I was like, it's a Smashing Pumpkins. There was no stage setup at all. They removed everything, even the curtains behind the stage. So there was just a big blank concrete wall with the stage doors leading out into the alleyway. You could see a ladder, like the ladder was leaning against the wall that they used to get up into the rafters. So you couldn't walk behind the stage to get to the dressing room without being seen. It was just one of those strange Halloween night shows at the Newport Music Hall. Always remember that one. 1981, The War of the Worlds, the live radio drama, is broadcast 25 years later on Halloween evening on NBC. That was one we talked about last night that they broadcast on CBS radio, and people thought it was real and panicked because H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, as read by Orson Welles, freaked people out because they were like, we're being invaded by Martians or giant pickles. I don't know which. One of the two. 2010, the post-apocalyptic zombie TV series The Walking Dead premieres on ABC TV. Or AMC, sorry, AMC. Now, that's a good night to premiere it, right? You do The Walking Dead on Halloween night. I mean, when else would you want to do that? I think that's a great... They clearly planned that. 1988, Cleveland, Ohio, the temperature reaches a record that's still not been broken, 19 degrees. 19 degrees on Halloween night in 1988. That would be chilly going out in your costumes. 1952, see, jumping around. Pianist Johnny Johnson hires then 26-year-old Chuck Berry as a guitarist for his band. While playing evening gigs in the St. Louis area, Chuck Berry kept his day job as a hairdresser. This pickle needs a hairdresser. The hair's just in my damn face here because I'm trying to escape. Chuck Berry kept that job for 3 years, working as a hairdresser. 3 years. 1964, the Supremes started a 4-week run at number one with their single Baby Love, the second of 5 consecutive number ones. 1964, under Don't Do Drugs, Kids, Ray Charles is arrested while coming through the Logan International Airport in Boston by custom agents for possession of heroin. This is Ray Charles's third bust for heroin. Third. Busted first in 1958, then again in 1961. He avoids prison by going to a Los Angeles rehab and getting clean, and then being on probation for 6 years. I mean, how did some of these rock stars get away with that? Busted with heroin, probation, get clean. Rolling Stones, they just got arrested left and right, and still, never went to jail. You gotta love that. Speaking of Rolling Stones and busted, we talked about it last night. Brian Jones is released from Wormwood Scrubs prison on $1,000 bail. Wormwood Scrubs prison. Again, it sounds like a Harry Potter place. You don't want to be there. But yes, again, Brian Jones gets out of jail by paying $1,000 bail, and he never goes back to jail for 6 months. How do you do that? I want to know that, rock stars. 1969, Halloween evening, David Bowie appears at the General Gordon's graveyard. Well, it's Grave End. I guess that's a graveyard. Grave End in England. The gig lasts about 15 minutes. After David Bowie sang Space Oddity to the utter delight of the crowd in attendance, he then dragged a stool on stage along with a huge book and began reading poetry. The audience booed at him and booed at him until he left the stage. Who boos David Bowie if he's reading poetry? Come on. You can't boo David Bowie off the stage. It was Halloween. He was doing some Halloween art. That's all I can think, right? 1970, Led Zeppelin 3 is released by the band Led Zeppelin. It's the band's... okay, start over again. Led Zeppelin 3 by the band Led Zeppelin started their 4-week run at number 1. It's the band's second chart-topping album. It was not released. The next one is 1974, same date, Halloween Eve. Led Zeppelin launches their record label Swan Song. They do this in Chislehurst Caves in Kent, England. Apparently, drinks are being served by nuns in suspenders. There was a naked woman in a coffin covered in jello. There was naked men who were carousing and wrestling in the recesses of the caves. And other shenanigans. They introduced a couple of the bands that were on their label, including the Pretty Things. And it was said that all the members of the band were in attendance. 1986, Roger Waters, Halloween Eve, went to the High Court in London to stop David Gilmour and Nick Mason from using the name Pink Floyd. Mr. Waters says he wants exclusive rights so that Gilmour and others cannot use it for touring or any musical production or future recordings. I don't know if that worked. 1989, the very first MTV Unplugged is shot in New York City on this day, Halloween Eve. The first band ever was the band Squeeze. All right, this is getting really annoying. My hair just does not want to stay back inside my pickle hat. All right, try it again. I'm a pickle. The first band is Squeeze. The Recording is released on November 26th, 1998. During a gig, 1990, during a gig in Seattle, Washington, rocker Billy Idol dumped 600 dead, rotting fish in the dressing room of Faith No More at a concert that they were both playing at. In response to Billy Idol's fish drop, the band Faith No More interrupted Idol's set by walking naked onto stage. I don't know. Naked on stage interrupting or 600 dead fish in your dressing room. I think the naked on stage does not compare with the 600 dead fish. That wins. I think you said 600. 600 is a lot of dead fish. That's a lot of stinky, gross dead fish, even if it's somebody else's dressing room, because I'd be pissed as the venue owner. I'd be like, bro, really? You dumped 600 dead fish here? You got to clean this shit up, man. My cleaning crew won't be doing that. 1996, Slash announced he was no longer in Guns N' Roses, officially on Halloween Eve. Slash said that Axl Rose and him had only been civil two times since 1994. I guess that's okay. You're just civil once a year. What's up? What's up? The rest of the time, you're not happy at all. 1998. Cher, 50, number one, sets a record. 2000, Britney Spears. Apparently, she's only 18. So she goes to Germany. She buys an entire bar out and gets drunk. She was throwing back white Russians. Britney. And in 2004, R. Kelly is an asshole to Jay-Z, and they get into an argument and quit touring or whatever the hell they're doing. It's R. Kelly. What do you expect? 2005, John Lennon's white suit that he wore in the Abbey Road photo shoot sells for $120,000. Again, I don't get it. $120,000 for a suit? Man, better hope moths don't like that. That's a lot of dough to be jacking out for something that you probably will never wear. I mean, you know, what? It's just like, John Lennon wore this. I don't know. That just seems like a lot. Just a lot. All of it. It's all a lot, isn't it? It's just all so much. All right, born on this day. See, I told you to be short. I'm just whizzed through it. I was just tired. Just not in the mood tonight. Sorry. Just not feeling. But I have a pickle. Look, I've got little pickle pit bumpy things on me and everything. There you go. Russ Ballard of Argent. Come on, you know that song. Hold your head up. Oh, hold your head up. Oh, hold your head high. Robert Pollard of Guided by Voices. Karen Miller of U2, drummer. Mickey D of Motorhead. Ad Rock, Adam Horowitz of Beastie Boys. Happy birthday to you. Annabelle Lynn of Bow Wow Wow. I Want Candy. Appropriately so on Halloween night. I Want Candy. Frank Lero, My Chemical Romance. Brian Doyle Murray, Bill Murray's brother. You remember him on Caddyshack? He was the guy working in the booth. We've seen Brian Doyle Murray. And John Candy. I love John Candy. Uncle Buck, Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. I mean, come on. He was such a... All right, that's it. This is making me crazy. It's just pushing my hair forward. Sorry. I'm half pickle. I'm a half pickle now. Now I'm just a pickle slice. John Candy, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I love that movie. I'll always watch that movie. That's one of those movies that if it's on, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it. Oh, God, I didn't even see that one coming. I think the rant. I think I love the rant that Steve Martin does in the airport is just perfect. It's like Jason Alexander from Duckman. I've told you to watch that before. Just Google Duckman rants. It's a cartoon. It's Jason Alexander. Just Google rants, and it's just funny. It's just Jason Alexander at his finest, just ranting. Life should be like that. Life should be a rant like that. And then who died on today? Crazy enough, today was the day Harry Houdini died. Halloween night. Also the night River Phoenix died and Sean Connery. How's that for you? Houdini was 52, River Phoenix was 23, and Sean Connery was 90 when they died. All three died on Halloween evening in the subsequent years. So there you go. Told you I'd keep it relatively quick. Not even half an hour, 20 minutes tonight. I just kept it moving. My hands were tired. I did too much work today. So yeah, I definitely got there nice and early. I met with the guy Paul, who's the auction guy. We discussed the bank taking all the money and how super that was. And when was he going to get them paid? Because they wanted to know that too. And how much money they're going to get. And I didn't know, and I had to ask Paul. So I was like, mother. So took care of that. And then, then I took an angle grinder. I have a nice 20-volt DeWalt angle grinder with I put two bits on it, a metal cutting bit and a really sharp kill you murder bit, like a tiny little circular saw bit, which is scary every time I use it because if it ever jumps, it's cutting something off, brain or, I just, two hands, hold that sucker with all my strength. Anyway, the angle grinder, I cut through copper pipes today. I cut through plastic pipes today. I cut through some bolts today. Yeah, it was just shredding stuff, just ripping it apart and just sending it sideways. I got sprayed by water. I got down underneath stuff. It was not as much fun. I mean, it's fun disassembling, sure, but it was definitely not as much fun disassembling as it was building the bar. So tomorrow should be very interesting. The destruction should be paramount tomorrow. There's a lot of things that are like, well, someone bought that. I'm like, really? I need to know who that person is because I want to see, like, wow, someone bought that? I'm like, all right, I don't know how they're going to get it out of here because that's going to be okay. That's part of the building. So we'll see. I don't know what to expect. I have no idea. I mean, I do. I absolutely have a complete idea. I just have to be there at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I have to get up at like 6. That's all. I'm excited. I love getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's when I usually get home. That's when I would get home in Halloween on the years in the past. So this will be one of those unique things, getting up at 6 in the morning. Anyway, I'm going to leave because I'm going to go, watch a little TV and go to bed. Not eat mountains of candy tonight since I'm trying to avoid that. Better for my teeth and my blood sugar. All right. Well, tomorrow will be Saturday. Ohio State football game, Penn State. So it'll be crazy. So it's Halloween night. Lots of fireworks going off earlier. The explosions were rather robust. So looking forward to that all night. Yay, college kids. Besides that, have yourself a great rest of the evening if you were here. If not, have a great rest of tomorrow. Enjoy your Saturday. Go Bucks. Have a great football, college day, whatever your sport indulgence is. And I'll look for you tomorrow night, and we'll do this all again, but entirely differently. And maybe if I have some time, I'll put some pictures together of the before and afters. Which, again, it's one of those things where it makes you a little maudlin. Not me, because at this point, I don't care. I can't. But you might not want to watch that part. You want to keep the memories of what you remember what it looked like when it was this, not what it is now. That's all. Anyway, appreciate you. Thanks for being here. This still exists. Do whatever. I don't care tonight. Because why? Because I'm a pickle. That's all there is to it. I'm just a pickle. I'm in a bit of a dill. And I hope this is very kosher. Thank you. Fade to black. I'm a pickle. Yes, that is exactly what I am. I am